here, Mani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Madi.
Hi, Mani.
Hi, Mani sir. How are you?
I'm good. All well?
I know. All well. Thank you. Yeah, this as well as both of us can be inside confined areas.
How's the film
So,
coming?
it's on hold right now because we can't move out of the house. So I'm சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா சும்மா இருக்கிற சங்க ஊதி கிடக்கா அப்படிங்கிறது அதான் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு இப்போ. Trying to touch areas that shouldn't be touched. But so I have to ask you a couple of questions. First of all, congratulations. It's 20 years of Alaipayuthey today.
Wow.
Today. Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That is the celebration today. Yeah.
That is true. So I've been inundated with questions. So one of the things that I wanted to ask you, Mani sir, and I think I'm speak for a lot of people, is that you don't seem to be the kind of person who goes out and mingles socially so much, or goes out and travels on your own so much. But all your films, and it's spectacular, the variety of films that you've made and made sense of with your movies. How do you gather the relationships so easily? I mean, the kind of relationships that people share that are so intimate that one is able to see only in your movies, the understanding of people. How are you able to gather these experiences as a writer? How are you able to portray that so really?
See, okay, I will not say that you're, as old as I am, but if you can see it and think that it is relevant for, over a period of time, if as an audience you feel, that this belongs to the 80s, 90s and 20s, 2010 and 20, if you're able to receive it, then you should be able to bounce it back to, it's not really, you don't have to go out of your way. You don't have to, go and try to gather things. It comes in as a part of growing, as a part of existing in this world, as part of interacting. So it is, and, it's not as though the basic ideas really change. It's not as though, there's been a drastic change in ideas. I think whatever is happening in 2020 was also felt or probably in the mind when you were younger. So it is
True.
not, I think, so to an extent you can easily identify with it. I can, see that it's happening today, but it was on thought of those days. So that's all.
So when you see a relationship between Nayakar and his people, it's not like you've actually gone and spent time with the Don. Or when you see the kind of relationship between in OK Kanmani or in Chakka Chavandavanam, it is so real the way you are able to portray those relationships. So my question to you is, do you read about these people? Do you actually spend time with these people? How do you acquire this fantastic ability to portray them so really, be it a defense, be it Dawn, be it romance, be it a middle-class family in Maunaragam? That's my question to you.
Yeah. To an extent, I think, we have to understand that. We have to be there, gather whatever you can, or sense whatever you can. And, sometimes you just need to get a sense of it, to get the truth inside.
Project it, you mean?
Yeah, truth inside it. I'll give you an example for Nayagan, for example. I was lucky to have an assistant director who was a part of, Mudliyat.
Oh.
And he used to wear only white and white. And I didn't know that he was that. And luckily he was there through the film. So we could get few, things like that. He would sit on the floor and not on a sofa. When the sofa is there. That kind of one element, helps you deconstruct a character and then expand on it. So it's
I
not
see
that
what you
everything.
mean. Yeah.
You just need a sense of truth, and then you get it.
Well,
Okay.
your ability to project is fantastic. Yeah. Last question, and then I'm supposed to ask Mani sir.
Last question. I have something to tell you. So why did you change his life? He was absolutely
I changed his life?
Making movies, and you introduced him to golf. Enna panninga? What did you do? What did he do to you, Mani? Talk about golf.
He teased me saying I'm playing. No, there were two things that I have to say. One is Mani sir kept teasing me that I'm playing an old man's game during Alaipayuthey when I got a golf driver onto the shoot, and he said, "Nada, karma viladra game la viladittu irukka." And so I was very upset. So I wanted to say, show me if you can do better. And he beat the crap out of me in the game. So that's
Yeah?
Mani sir for you. Yeah. He's a he did. He's a
He's just
single
being
handed.
modest.
The second thing is, and I think if anybody changed anybody's life, it is the other way around. Manisha completely changed mine. So for that, I'm very grateful. And more than one ways, because I remember I came during Alaipayuthey because we're talking about that movie. Manisha and Hasni ma'am, you remember that, you never let me just be an actor on the set. I was anything but that. Manisha kept insisting that I understand every aspect of cinema. You made me be an associate director and assistant director. You made me, manage the crowd in the background. All this was new to me, and I used to keep wondering why I'm doing this. But I think there cannot be a better training for an actor to understand every aspect of cinema like you made me do. Do you do that with all the actors you introduce?
Maggie, that was especially for you.
Yes, you're special,
Thank you.
Maggie.
Thank you.
He was your guide
Last
in
question.
film industry. I was your GPS. I was your GPS.
That is correct.
Whenever you
Yes,
and
I cannot.
Sarita used to get lost in Madras, you'll call me and I'll tell you turn right, turn left.
Oh, not just in terms of direction. You helped us out in many directions in life. Thank you very much for that. Last question, sir, which I'm supposed to ask you because it's Alaipayuthey Day. We've seen all your movies, and a lot of your dialogues have become iconic. From Nayakan's film where he says "Ninga nallavara kettavara" to a lot of these movies throughout history. But they've all been single lines, lines that have not been tried to go out of their way to make it sound like dialogues, but they became eternal after the film released. My question to you is, during Alaipayuthey, the line that has become eternally associated with me and Alaipayuthey, which is now another it was like a 6 lines. And I know that you being a realistic kind of a filmmaker, you must have cringed at this being such a dialoguish line, but you still let it be in the film. What was that change that made you decide that this has? Because I've never known you in any of your other films to have such long dialoguish lines in a movie. They're monosyllabic like you. Huh?
He said you should see Irivar.
Oh no! But they were not meant to. They were meant to communicate. In a film like Alaipayuthey, this was dialoguish, or that's what I felt. And did you feel it there, or you thought it went with the natural flow?
Of course not, of course not. You just felt, I had 2 trains at the same time. I was only worried about catching up. I couldn't be bothered whether it was 4 or 5 lines. As long as you said it correctly in one take, I'm fine.
Yeah, I remember. Yes, I remember that clearly. It was a tough day. We had the trains only for a few hours, and honestly, I never thought it would become iconic lines. And I am, very grateful to be associated with those lines.
Good for you. It was made for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm going to leave you with other people who are dying to ask you questions.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.